about 5. It's going to be third down. Hey, we want to take this opportunity to thank our good friends at Pomo's House of Barbecue, 2766 Watson Boulevard in Centerville, Georgia. If you have never been out there, I took Ken out there yesterday for lunch.
Oh, Ken got baptized into the Southern tradition,
I'll tell you what, he can do a job on those ribs. You'd never know he was from New York State. Third down and 4. Reeves pitches. It's Horn coming around the end. He's got the first down at the 30 and close to the 35-yard line before he's finally hit and put down by Joey Cranford. Kevin Mann. Joey Cranford. It was. I had him swapped on that last cornerback, but a gain of about 7 yards on the play and a 1st and 10 for Brookwood. 3 minutes, 19 seconds left to go here first half. Stratford out in front, 7-0. Nunnally out wide to the left. Hicks comes out wide to the right. Here's a snap. Reeves looks, wants to throw a quick one. He does. It is over the head of Matt Brock at about the 40-yard line. Out there on the coverage, Jason Walker. Brock giving away a little bit of height there. He's 5'6", and Jason is closer to 6'3".
Yeah, you also had Sam Shilcutt all the way out there. He was actually throwing in double coverage that time, so...
well, the first time he did that resulted in an interception.
I'm telling you wrong. It wasn't Sam. It was number 24, Kevin Mann, who was out there on double coverage. So incomplete. Incomplete.
Yeah. 2nd and 10. Snap. Reeves rolls, pitches it. It is Lee trying to get around the end. Benji Christie chasing him. He's hit, though, before Benji can even get over there to get to him. Who was that masked man? I want to say it was Jason Walker covering the right side. Put him down at about the 33-yard line. A loss of 2, and it's going to be 3rd down and 12.
And Stratford's defense has come alive here in the last few plays.
Well, give up that first down and then decide we're going to stop that nonsense right here.
Well, you get to see the speed of the defense, too. What happens is you've got the Warriors trying to run to the outside, and when they're doing that, the speed of this Stratford Eagle team is being able to be shown. They're able to catch up with those outside guys.
And
don't have a delay of game penalty.
I think so. We had Laundry flying at 2 minutes and 19 seconds to go here in the first half. There's the signal, and it is, whoops, offside against the Eagles. Okay. Well, he got a little bit leaning on that one. 3rd down and 7 now. Still 3rd down, and now only 7 to go from the 37-yard line. It's probably shade closer to 8. As the ball is sitting at about the 33, and they've got to go just to the 40-yard line. They break the huddle and come up to the line of scrimmage. Greg Norman's the center on this squad. Here's the snap. Reeves goes back. He looks. He wants to put one way down the sidelines. Cranford there on the coverage, and he's got another interception. If it stands, he does. Joey Cranford has got it at about the 25-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Stratford right there when we come back with more GISA action. 1st and 10 now for the Eagles at the 24-yard line. Chad Collins takes the call, looks to his right, tries to cut back. He does at the 25 to 30 to 35 to 40, a 45 to 50. It's a foot race at the 40, the 35 to 30, the 25 to 20 to 15 to 10, and he's caught at about the 3-yard line.
Finally caught by his counterpart, Josh Reeves, in there at the safety position.
From the 24, let's see where they say his foot hit at about the 3. I believe is where they'll put it down. They'll put it at the 4. A 72-yard run by Chad Collins.
I tell you what, he really accelerates once he gets through that line, Dan. He hits that hole, and then once he's in free and clear territory, he really is off to the races.
He also did something super intelligent here. He called for a timeout.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't care who you are, 74 yards, you're going to be a little bit pooped.
That's right. Take the time to get your breath.
He comes back over to the sidelines. I believe that's Coach Bailey he's talking with. And the Eagles will have 1st and goal to go at about the 4-yard line. Gracious. When he came through that line, the hole just kind of, the waters parted, as they say. and he went through it like a hot knife through cold butter. Coming into the ball game, we see Robbie Camp. Alec Katz came out. Robbie has seen action on both sides of the ball this year. A lot of the guys had. Some good blocking on the left side of the line. I think that, again, was partially with Keith Warren and big Jamie Waters in there, who got some good leverage. Jason Walker was out on that side. And let's see who the other, Jared Ellenwood? Clay Waddell was on that end too. All right, first and goal to go for Stratford on the 4. Here's the snap. Collins rolls to his right, gets away from 1, gets away from 2, and dances into the end zone. And he completes a 76-yard drive in 2 plays, carrying the ball both times and putting it into the end zone. Great move there to step away from one would-be tackler. Gracious. 13-0. Comes with 1 minute and 21 seconds left to go. Donnelly to attempt the extra point out of Landry Bedingfield's hold. Here's the snap. It's down. It's up. It's gone. It's a home run. It's good. As they come back up the field, it's the Eagles 14, the Warriors nothing, and we'll be back right after these messages. Donnelly to kick off, and it is Chase Lee back at about the 5-yard line. As good a kicker as Donnelly is, they know this wind will hold it down. A poocher down to about the 20-yard line, taken by Brock at the 25 to 30 to 35. Outside at the 40, however, corralled at about the 39-yard line. Joey Cranford making the tackle there. First and 10 for the Warriors at their own 39-yard line.
Dan, I don't know whether you could see it, but it sure looked like a hole was developing there for just a moment, but it quickly was closed by the defense.
And we're also getting a little bit of mist blowing crossways into the booth.
What the weatherman says is that that's supposed to be ending a little bit later on tonight, and then we get a brand new front coming in tomorrow that brings more rain to us. So.
Gee,
yeah,
are we lucky? Joey Cranford goes out to cover to the top. Here's the snap. Reams gets away, and he is getting some heat, but he's rolling. He's throwing. He's got one way downfield. Incomplete, out of bounds, intended for Nunnally. Jason Walker back on the coverage, but it was Jim Garland who actually was the closest to the ball as he was cutting to the sideline. Got a lot of air under that one, and going with the wind, when you float one like that, anything can happen. And it did. It went out of bounds, incomplete. Second down and 10. Now under a minute to go here in the first half, 51 seconds to be exact. Eagles out in front, 14-0. A scoreless first quarter, which rapidly developed into something good as far as the Eagle fans were concerned here in the second quarter. Reams, quarterback, takes a snap, goes straight back, looks. He's got Morris Butler. Here's the pass, complete to Brock. It was supposed to be a screen, and it was stopped and snuffed at the line of scrimmage as Scott Bailey and Randy Mitchell got out there to put the hammer to Matt Brock. No gain on the play, and it's going to be third down and 10. Well, they almost let everybody through a little bit too early. Morris Butler had a good shot at Josh Reams and just barely missed him. And he does get a pass completion out of that, however.
Yeah, Josh did a good job just being able to locate a receiver downfield that time because he was under a lot of pressure.
Well, Brock was where he was supposed to be, and he got in there. On third down, Reams fakes a little play action, rolls, looks. He's got some people bothering him, and finally Morris Butler, whoops, and a flag comes flying in at the last minute. Sam Shilcutt had the first shot at him, and then Morris Butler got in there, and let's see what the flag is going to be, and I think it's going to be a holding. However, it's also going to be fourth down, a loss of 2. That's the signal, a holding call. However, with a 3rd and 10 and a loss of 2, it'll be 4th and 12, or it'll be 3rd and about 20. With 33 seconds left to go in the first half, I think I'd want want to get the ball back. It is holding, and it is declined, and it will bring up 4th down.
Good call, Coach Dan.
Thank you. Every once in a while, I guess one of these right. Makes me look good, though. Chad Collins back in single safety. Whoops, Stratford said they want to take a bit of a timeout here. All right. Make sure we've got enough bodies on the field. Actually, I think this would be a good place to set up a return. Hey, speaking of birthdays, we are now. Brett Boone's daddy. You remember Brett Boone came up with the Seattle Mariners here about 3/4 of the way through the season? Well, his dad, Bob Boone, celebrates his 45th birthday on the, well, he already did, incidentally. It was on Thursday. And Roy Campanella, one of my mom's favorite baseball players back in the 50s, celebrated his 71st birthday. All my heroes are getting old. Musial's 72. Campanella turned 71. Gene Mauch, do you remember him? He did a stint as a manager several times. He celebrated his 67th birthday. And Warren Moon turned 36. How'd you have all that? This is the one I really pulled it out for, though. Look at this. In 1987, 5 years ago, out of my Chicago Cubbies, Andre Dawson was named the most valuable player, the first time that a player on a last-place team ever won that award.
But look at his stats, you can see why.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, he did hit 287, 49 homers, 137 RBIs. The rest of the team hit only 2 more homers. No, I'm kidding. All right, on the punt, it's going to be Matt Brock. He gets it up there. Woo, did he get it up there. Look at that thing go. It is Collins. Fakes a handoff to Cranford, trying to get outside. Is not going to. Yes, he does. Dances away at the 25 to 30, the 35 to 40. We got a flag, and he's down at about the 48-yard line by Chase Lee. But there was a bit of laundry tossed back around the 35-yard line, and I think that will probably be an illegal block. Oh, it's going to be holding. Let's see, I got 1 out of 2 right tonight. But it is going to bring it back quite a ways into Eagle territory. Oh, yes, and they checked with the co-captain for the Brookwood Warriors, Matt Brock, and he says, yeah, we think we'll take that one. 18 seconds left to go here in the first half. 14-0 Stratford Eagles. And when they get done stepping this one off, 10 yards will take it back to about the 24-yard line. And it'll be 1st and 10 then. Is that Frank Malloy down there on the sidelines with his camera?
Yeah, Frank has braved the weather, the trooper that he is.
Oh, yes. Out wide to the right, Alec Katz. 10 seconds, 9 seconds. The clock is moving. Last play of the first quarter, more than probably. 3 seconds. There's a snap and a handoff, and straight ahead. And going is Morris Butler to 35 to 40 to 45 to 50 to 35, and he's knocked out of bounds as he runs out of time at the 37-yard line. A 39-yard gain on the final play of the first quarter. Well, we don't save the best to last all the time, but that one was a pretty decent shot. Morris Butler winds it up the end of the first half with the score. The Stratford Eagles 14, the Brookwood Warriors nothing, and we'll be back with halftime right after these messages. And at the exchange of pleasantries at the beginning of the second half, Chad Collins comes to our sidelines. Tate Hicks goes over to Brookwood. 14-0 as we get ready to kick it off. And the cheerleaders, what have they got in their hands down there, Freddie? Footballs. That's why the crowd is up there.
Out there ready to catch on a football.
Yes. And 3 of our stars of the electronic specialist commercial, Anna Boone is down there, Jenny Jones, and Lindsay Taylor. Brian Coplin is not, of course, because he's not a cheerleader.
And we're set for the kickoff.
Oh, yes, we are. Barrett Donnelly tees it up and says, let's see if we can get this game underway, the second half of tonight's quarterfinal GISA game. As I said, the winner gets the somewhat dubious distinction of the winner of the Southland Deerfield-Windsor game. We have not got a score on that for you. I'm sorry. Barrett Donnelly booms it, line drives it. It bounces off of Brock, takes in by Lee at the 10, the 15 to 20, hit at the 25, and knocked down at about the 26-yard line. Sam Shilcutt One of the first guys in there, and I believe, who was the other one? Is that Morris
Also
Butler?
number 43, Morris Butler.
Okay. So it's 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line for Brookwood as we get started here in the second half of tonight's game. And it'll be interesting to see what they had talked about at halftime. I did notice that both teams went to the locker rooms at halftime, an indication that it is a little bit chilly out there, and it is not getting any warmer. Out wide to the left, Tate Hicks. Tight end, whoa, and here comes the wind again. First down, Reams goes back. He wants to throw. He's going to run. He cuts it back in at the 25, and he'll go down right there as I believe it was Shilcutt again. Cutting up. Oh, it's the man with the hot chocolate. Bless your heart, Ken Sauer. Yes, indeed. That looks good. That feels good. That's a nice stuff. A gain of about 2. Give him 2. Second down and 8. As they come up to the line, and in motion is Horn. Pitch. It's Lee trying to get outside. He gets tripped up, hit from behind. It was Morris Butler who got in there, got a hand on him. And then coming up to put the finishing touches, Benji Christie along with Robbie Camp got out there. Loss of a yard on that play, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 9. Warriors did not have a lot of luck with that. Oh, it's nice and warm on my hands. There's the snap. Reams pulls out. He throws one complete. Close to the first down. Joey Cranford getting Tate Hicks, number 88. About the time he went up for it, Cranford hit him, but it looks like a first down, and it is. Tate Hicks, a big 6-footer, a junior on this squad, but a first down on a 3rd and 9. Not a bad conversion. Out wide to the right, coming out here is Hicks, and Huber is in the slot. Here's the snap. Fake to the first man, a handoff, and it is the fullback, Chase Lee, out across the 40 to about the 45-yard line. Mark it at the 44, a gain of about 7 on the play, and is going to bring up 2nd down and 3. He had 4th down on that thing, didn't he?
Yeah, he had 4th down, but that was wrong. 2nd down.
2nd down and about 3 from the Brookwood 44 for the Warriors. Snap. Reeves keeps it, goes outside, gets the first out at the 50, the 45, and into Eagle territory down about the 41-yard line.
Good looking drive so far by Brookwood to open up this second half.
About, let's see. Well, they say he stepped out at the 44, but that's still an 11-yard gain by Josh Reeves, and it will be another first down. 1st and 10 for the Warriors now in Eagle territory at the 44. 9 minutes and 21 seconds left to go here in the 3rd quarter. 14-0 in favor of the Eagles. There's the snap. Reeves, handoff, quick hitter, and Lee off the right side bangs it down to close to the 35-yard line.
It looks like he picked up about another 8 yards or so that time.
Keith Warren coming into the ball game along with Jamie Waters. A gain of 8 yards on the play, and it's going to bring up 2nd down and 2. He hit it right on the head. This is a very, very impressive drive for the Warriors. Coming out of the box in the second half. Snap, a handoff, and inside handoff goes to the second man through Horn, and he gets close to the first down.
That time Benji Christie hit him head up and stopped him after just a short gain.
And he got 3 out of that, and he got another first down. 1st and 10. Goodness. And it is now starting to mist a little heavier. This is where we get a case of the soggies. 1st and 10, Brookwood at the Eagle 33. Reeves wants a pass, not this time. Robbie Camp dumps him at about the 41-yard line. They're going to mark forward progress at the 39. A loss of 6 as Robbie Camp knifed in there and it really laid him low. They give it to him at the 38. So it's only a 5-yard loss. Second down and 15.
There was absolutely no place at all that time for Josh Reams to go because he had the defender right there in his face after just a very, very short time.
And his blocker, who was trying to give him some protection, Chase Lee, was not able to do anything. Here's a snap. Reams goes back. He rolls. He's got pride. He throws it back across to the other side of the field. It is incomplete, intended for Matt Brock. Jason Walker and Kevin Mann on the coverage on the far side. And as it was a good play. He drew everybody to his right, threw it back to his left. Got a little bit too much air under it, though. And it'll be third down and 15. Clock stops, 7 minutes and 43 seconds left to go in the third quarter. Eagles on a couple of running plays. 24 yards by Putnell and a 4-yard shot by Collins after Collins ran 72 yards to set it up. Third down, 15. Reams takes it. Wants to throw a quick one over the middle. He does, and nobody was near it. Picking it up on the first bounce was Alec Katz. First bounces don't count, but he picked it up.
That's another play that you see run a lot out of the backfield. You see the back come out on a little short delay and then a quick throw to him by the quarterback. That time he was not open. He was right in the middle of about 4 or 5 of the Stratford Eagles.
He's also 5'6". And Brock is going to do the punting. Nice snap. Gets one up. Whoa, into the gale. This one's going to go. Should hit in the end zone. It does. Beautiful. On the line. All right. With 7:33 left to go here in the third quarter. 14-0 Stratford Eagles. And we'll be back with more right after this. Beginning to rain a little harder. First and 10 Eagles. Ball on the 20-yard line. Chad Collins calling the signals. Takes the snap. Hands it off. It is Morris Butler. Nope. Checking Benji Christie in there at fullback. And he gets 2 or 3 yards. Hard-earned yard. Submarine by James Nunnally, number 77. Give him about 3. We having trouble with the PA system? Is that what that is?
Evidently.
Snap, crackling, and popping. And popping and popping and popping. Alec Katz out wide to the right at the top of your screen. Here's the snap. Collins rolls to his right. He's got pressure. He gets away. Tucks it in there at the 25. Cuts outside at the 30. And still going at about the 34-yard line where he runs out. But I see some laundry at about the 29-yard line. And I'm afraid that is going to come back. A 12-yard pickup on the play, but it will be negated. That means it's no good. And the white shirts of Brookwood Warriors. All right, let's see. A clip is the call against the Eagles. That's going to take it back. Now, let's see. If it was at the 28, 29-yard line, I guess you have to go half the distance on that one since it's inside the 30. And we'll watch the referee to let us see what it is. 6:49 left to go in the third quarter. And marking it back, there's the call. It's a clip. And, yeah, half the distance to the goal. It's a 14-yard penalty. I forget who it was down at Georgia Southern asked me, he says, why do you keep track of the half yards? I said, well, it's a half-yard penalty. And that one was. It's second down. And now, let's see, at the 14, got to go to about the 30. Called it about 16 yards. Second and 16. Chad Collins takes the snap, turns, hands it off, fakes it, keeps it, coming out at the 20, the 25, gets away and does not get away at the 30-yard line. It looked like he was going to slip the tackle of Joel Danner.
Does look like he has enough for the first down, though, Dan.
And if they mark it there, he does. It's a 17-yard pickup, and it's first and 10. Collins did 2 beautiful fakes on that. Got me on the first one, but I got back with him on the second. And it's first and 10 for the Eagles on the 32-yard line. Landry Bedingfield out wide to the right. Scott Bailey is in the slot to the right. I formation. up behind the quarterback. Snap. Ooh, he bobbles it, keeps it at the 35. I'm not sure that was supposed to be a quarterback draw, but Chad Collins did the smart thing and just went into the line with it. A couple of good blocks out in front of him there, and that was Jared Ellenwood.
And he picked up a sizable gain that time out of what appeared to be nothing.
Give him 7 yards and call it 2nd down and 3. Clock moving now with 6 minutes exactly to go in the third quarter. Scott Bailey, tight end right, now goes to the slot to the right with Alex Katz way up there at the top of your screen. On 2nd down and 3, Chad Collins takes the snap, spins, hands it. Oh, and Wilkins looked like he had big yardage out in front of him. He got back to the line of scrimmage. I'm not sure if he stepped on Chad Collins' foot or if he just tripped over something in the middle of the field. As it is, he went down, no gain. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 3. Joey Cranford hustling in there with the play, number 14. And he'll go out wide to the right.
Wouldn't surprise me to see him run back with that same play because that was wide open on the left side for a big gain.
Some nice blockings out there. Jamie Waters had his man all over the place. Here's a snap. Collins coming this way. Tries to go back the other way, fights for a yard, and that's about it as he's nailed at the 40-yard line by Mose Bracey. And a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 4th down and the 2. Got to go to the 42, so making 4th down and 2. So what looked like a good start came up just a wee bit short. And it'll be Joey Cranford back in punt formation. Chase Lee will go back in single safety at about his 25-yard line. Just about the time we get ready to punt, the wind kicks up a little bit. Good snap. Here's the kick. A decent kick. Going to chase Lee at the 25, skips away from him at the 20, inside the 15. He takes it at the 10, trying to get some yardage, and the referee says
I think
no.
he stepped out of bounds, I believe.
Stepped out of bounds. You saw it right there. Great shot, Keith English. Chase Lee arguing the point to no avail. They mark it out at the 10, and we'll be back with more GISA football right after these messages. 1. And back with you, Dan Jaskula, Fred Hester, my lovely wife Margaret doing our statistics, Keith English on camera, and Ken Sauer doing the bicycle tonight. On 1st and 10, Reeves takes a snap. Handoff is Lee up the center. Got a couple of yards and then got hit as he ran into some of the blue shirts who came back on that quick counter trap. And Jamie Waters in there on defense along with Keith Warren. Put the hammer down. A gain of about 2, 3. Give him 3. 2nd down and call it 7. 2nd and 7 here. We're late in the third quarter. 14-0 Stratford. A Rex Putnell 24-yard run in the second quarter, followed by a Chad Collins 4-yard blast. And Barrett Donnelly's 2 extra points. Here's the snap. Reeves rolls, looks. He's got pressure, and Morris Butler's got him inside the 5-yard line, running him down from his left defensive end position and dropping him. Let's see where they do put it down. It looked like it was inside the 5 from our angle up here. Definitely. Put it down at the 4. A loss of about 6 yards, 7 yards on the play. Whoa, wait a minute. No, more than that. If it's a 4, it's about a 9-yard loss. 3rd down now and 17. Well, Morris Butler broke free on that, Freddie. Nobody even touched him. They come up on 3rd down. Got them spread out all over. Reeves, a pitch. It is Forrest Horn getting outside the 5, out to the 10, cuts back in, and he's hit it about the 13 and puts the ground right there. Benji Christie, Randy Mitchell, the big Keith Warren out there also, but a gain of about 9 yards. He got back what they lost, and it's going to bring up 4th down and back to 4th and 7, a long 6, a short 7. 2 minutes and 35 seconds left to go here in the third quarter when we come back to you. Well, we're going to stay here. What am I talking about?
And depending on how this wind helps this punt, there should be good field position for Stratford.
Matt Brock's got some good punts off. Let's see what he does with this one. Handles it well, kicks it well. A driver hits at the 40, bounces the 45 over midfield to about the Eagle 44-yard line, and that's where it'll be. 1st and 10, Eagles ball at the 44 when we come back after these messages. First and 10 Eagles at the Eagle 44-yard line. 2 minutes and 13 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Score still as it was at halftime, 14-0 in favor of the Eagles. It's been kind of a soldier's battle here. Move up, move back type thing. Collins takes a snap, fakes it, hands it, and it is Putnell out of the deep position, going out to about the 48, 47-yard line. They say to 47. Give him a gain of 3. Call it second down and 7. Well, the wind finally died down, and we don't feel the mist, although there are a lot of umbrellas up in the stands. And a lot of people shaking. It looks like it might be a little cool down there.
It makes a big difference if that wind just will calm down for a little while. Let's
there you
get
go.
this game in.
Yeah, it sounds good to me. Second down and 7 for the Eagles. There's the snap. A handoff, and off the right side is Putnell again. Across the midfield stripe, the 45, the 40. A good 13-yard gallop by Rex Putnell. On the tackle, Grant McCormick, number 4, but a 13-yard gain and a first down. Good blocking again on that left side. See, Russ Howell has come back in, number 89, at the tight end, one of the tight end positions. Other than that, it's still Clay Waddell, Jared Ellenwood. Jamie Waters is out there. We'll pick up who the other tackle is in a second. Keith Warren's out there. First and 10 from the Brookwood 40. Here's the snap. Collins follows his man into the line, gets 5, gets 10, close to the first down, and if they put it down inside the 30, it will be another first down for the Eagles. And it was again it was Joel Danner, 62 in there. For Brookwood, they put it at the 31, a 9-yard gain. Said his knee touchdown first. Does not get the first down. However, it's second down and actually about a foot, if that much. Ryan Leonard in there at the other tackle position. That's who it is. Under a minute to go here in the third quarter. Second down and 1. Collins hands it off. It's Christie. Check it, Morris Butler. And he gets down to the 27-yard line, a 3-yard gain, and another first down for the Eagles. Eagles have come back with a very nice drive of their own after stopping the Brookwood Warriors on their first thrust. Landry Bedingfield out wide to the right, going to the top of your screen, and he's out of shot right now, just about right there. There you go. On first down, snap, Collins rolls. Wants a pitch, he does. It's Putnell at the 30, the 25, the 20. Cuts outside at the 15, at the 10, the 5. He is in. 30 yards. 27 yards. Can't give him too much more. Rex Putnell, his second touchdown of the night, and that was beautiful.
He did a good job that time of letting his blocks lead him out in front because he waited on that to develop and finally cut it back and made a fantastic play on that. That was a good-looking run.
They mark it as 28 yards on the run. It comes with 12 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. And Landry Bedingfield will hold for Barrett Donnelly once again. Good snap. It's down. It's up. It is good. As they come back up the field, it is Stratford 21 and Brookwood nothing. And we'll be back after this 30-second timeout. And back with you after another excellent run. That's Rex Putnell's second touchdown of the night. And the fact is, it was about the same play. A pitch sweep, is that what Larry the Munson calls it? 28 toss, whatever. Barrett Donnelly on the kickoff gets this one up and bounces it at the 20. Taking it about the 15, out to the 20 to 25, and I believe that is Tate Hicks on the return. Out to about the 27-yard line, a return of about 17 yards.
And Jason Walker there on the stop for Stratford. And Brookwood's got its work cut out for it. They're behind 21-0, 8 seconds left in this third quarter.
I was going to say they're going to have to cut it out for the fourth quarter. They will not get a playoff here. That is the end of the third quarter of tonight's GISA quarterfinal game with the score, the Stratford Eagles 21, the Brookwood Warriors nothing. We'll be back after these messages. Back with you for the fourth and final quarter of tonight's game. Dan Jaskula, Fred Hester, my lovely wife Margaret, Keith English giving us some great shots tonight, and Ken Sauer as our assistant. Reams rolls to his right. He looks. He's got a first down play. He's trying to find somebody. He throws one way downfield. It is incomplete. That's the call on the far sidelines, intended for Tate Hicks. Was going to hold up until I found an official that was doing something. Good pressure by Morris Butler and Scott Bailey as they chased Josh Reams quite a ways, all the way across the field.
And you had a couple of receivers that were wide open that time, so if he'd been able to find them, they would have possibly been able to get a big play off of it. But what do we have, another penalty?
Yeah, I didn't see that until just now, and the referee's signal is roughing the passer. And it's a 15-yarder against the Eagles, and it will be a first down all the way out at the 42-yard line. All right, so it's a first down and 10 for Brookwood now at their own 42. What a way to start the fourth quarter. Did not see the flag. Must have been out of bounds. That's what happened. Josh Reams brings him up, takes the snap. He looks at the reverse, and it's Hicks going around the right side at the 40, the 45, and knocked out of bounds by Kevin Mann at about the 48-yard line.
Now we have another flag thrown.
Oh, gracious. We went such a nice long time without any of that.
That was thrown over at the out of bounds, so it's probably a late hit.
A dead ball foul, personal foul against the Eagles. A gain on the play of about, let's see, they mark it at the 48, so it was only about a 5-yard gain, but it's going to bring another 15-yarder against the Eagles. Oh, my. So it's another first down. Brookwood marching right down the field. Buster Montgomery was in there on that last play. It's him coming to the sidelines, number 18. And Scott Bailey goes back in. So the Warriors, with 30 yards and penalties aiding them, are a first down at the Eagles' 36-yard line. Reams takes it, goes back. He rolls to his left. He looks. He's trying to find somebody. He throws one way downfield, and it is knocked down, almost intercepted by Joey Cranford at about the 11-yard line as he outjumped Tate Hicks.
And Joey already has 2 tonight, I believe, doesn't he?
That's right.
Going for the hat trick.
Yeah. There you go. Nobody will understand it except you and me. Hat trick is a hockey term in which one guy scores 3 goals. That's a hat trick. And the reason they used to do that is when somebody did that in the good old, wild old days, everybody in the stands, the men that is, would throw their hats onto the ice, and the guy would get to keep all the hats. I don't know why I explained that, but I just thought you might be interested. Second down and 10 for the Warriors at the Eagle 36-yard line. Reams takes it, looks at it, hands it off to Lee. He gets by one, and a shoestring tackle by Robbie Camp. He hit him at about the 33. Lee fell forward inside the 30, however. Nope, they mark it dead at the 30. So give him a gain of 7, make it third down and 3. Third and 3, long 3. Where do they got to go? To the 26, make it third and 4, and give him 6 on that one. Okay. Into the ball game for the Eagles, big number 70 again, Jamie Waters, and 74, Keith Warren. Third down and 4 for the Warriors at the Eagle 30 now. Long count, snap. He goes back and throws and lays it out. Intercepted by Jason Walker. Oh, fumbled. It pops into the air, and it is recovered by Matt Brock, and he goes in for the touchdown. Oh, you're never going to see that happen twice in one night.
Well, we've seen some crazy plays happen this year. I don't know if we've seen a more weird one than that. Good camera work that time. We caught the thing.
Jason Walker had the interception. You give him an interception. You give the Eagles a fumble. You give Matt Brock a 25-yard run on a fumble recovery.
And probably no one was more surprised than Matt Brock. Thing just popped right back out and was in the air. He reached out and grabbed it and went on down for the touchdown.
That's got to be the play of the day. Reams for the extra point, kicks it, It is up. It is good. As they come back up the field, it is now it is now the Eagles 21 and the Warriors 7, and we'll be back after this 30-second timeout. Well, unfortunately, Freddie said that it looks like Frank has already left, so that won't be the play of the night. But that definitely was a pass interception, a fumble, and a return for a touchdown by Matt Brock. 21-7 Eagles, 10:44 left to go in the ball game. Josh Reeves, incidentally, must do about everything for these guys. He kicked the extra point. Here's the kickoff. And it goes skittering down and out of bounds at about the 23-yard line. I'm not sure if that hit Landry Bedingfield or not. Dead ball, foul, illegal procedure, declined. So the Eagles will get the ball. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Right smack in the middle of the field. Yeah, they'll be talking about that one for a lot of days to come. How not to complete a pass and still get a touchdown out of it. 1st and 10 Eagles at the 35-yard line. Would you believe with that kickoff, 1 tick came off the clock. Well, we got 10:43. Oh, gracious. 2 men out wide to the right. Alec Katz is one of them. I think Scott Bailey's out there. Here's a snap. Collins straight up the middle at the 35 to 40. At the foot race at the 45 to 50. That cuts back at the 40. At the 35. Hit from behind. He grabs the ball and puts it down at the 25-yard line. A 40-yard run by Chad Collins.
He's finally brought down by number 88, Tate Hicks.
And what could have been a touchdown-saving tackle, Chad is down. I think he came down on the ball and kind of knocked the wind out of his socks when he did. Down and being tended to it right at the point where he went down at the 25-yard line. Beautiful run. One of several that we have seen by Chad Collins this season. And it's going to be an official's timeout. The official just gave the okay for the managers to come out and give the guys a small drink. Chad Collins is going to have to come out for that one play since it was an injury timeout. And let's see, Joey Cranford going in, and he may indeed be the guy to call the signals.
And I think you're right, Dan. I think all that was happening there to Chad Collins was that he probably just fell on that ball wrong and got the breath knocked out of him. He'll probably be back in a couple of plays.
Well, he's got his helmet back on. And it is Joey Cranford coming in to take over at quarterback, at least for this play. Here's the snap. Cranford wheels, gives it to Wilkins. Oh, and Wilkins one step away from big-time yardage again.
Yeah, big shoestring tackle that time made by number 7, Matt Brock.
However, he still picked up about 2 yards, most of it flying.
And you were right. He was just one little quick step away from breaking that right up the middle for big yardage and possibly a touchdown.
And Chad Collins is back in, as you can see. Alec Katz brings the play in and then goes out way to the left, back at the top of your screen. Jason Walker going to fill the slot up left. Benji Christie in there at fullback on 2nd down and about 7. Here's the snap. Collins trying to get outside. He does get outside. Cuts back in at the 20, going to the 15, inside the 15, but just barely to about the 14-yard line. A 9-yard pickup on the play and another 1st down for the Eagles. And it was one of those plays that you weren't sure which way it was going there for a while.
Number 62, Joel Danner, made the stop for the Warriors.
And I think most of that was the fact that Chad cut back right into him.
And we've got the wind picking back up again a little bit.
Just a little. 9:35 left to go in the ball game. 21-7 in favor of the Eagles. Landry Bedingfield comes out wide to the right. And it is going to be Scott Bailey out there with him. Collins, long count. Takes the snap. Hands off to Benji Christie, and Christie hits down to about the 11-yard line. A gain of about 3 on the play. Tough going in the middle. as the white-shirted Brookwood Warriors Okay, Margaret just handed me a note. Chad Collins with that last run over 200 yards on the night. Gracious. Wonder if my Bears can draft him real quick. Second down and 7 at the 11-yard line. Snap. Collins, second man through. Wilkins gets away at the 10. Down to the 5. Hits a man and keeps going inside the 5 to the 4. And Wilkins ran into Joel Danner, a 6-footer, 165. And Wee Willie, 5'6", 130. Gave him a what for down to the 4-yard line. Close to the first down. They mark it just a little bit short. Give him about...
A runner like that hit somebody hard and just keep on a trucking. That's what he was doing that time.
Yeah, he kind of looked like a little truck when he ran into him. Third down, about 1. 8:07 left to go in the ball game now. 2 wideouts. Collins takes the snap, handoff, keeps it, follows Christie in, and he bowls his way into the end zone from 4 yards out. And Chad Collins has got his second touchdown of the night. That one from 4 yards out answers back the one that Brookwood did get earlier here. And Barrett Donnelly will come in to kick the extra point. 7:56 left to go in the ball game. And the Eagles, well, I guess it's kind of early for the fat lady to be singing, but she can sure be getting the throat spray ready. Here's the snap. Donnelly's kick is up. It is good. And as they come back up the field, we'll tell you about that when we get back. 28-7 Stratford. We're taking 30 right here. Back here at the Eagles' Nest on the campus of Stratford Academy, what we were laughing about was the point after touchdown cleared the back fence and went out in the woods, and there's somebody out there now looking for it. Although he's got a stick with him for any snakes that may have let him keep the ball. We'll buy another one tomorrow. Barrett Donnelly on the kickoff. Booms this one, got the wind behind that one. And Forrest Horn at the 1 to the 5 and the 10. At the 15 to 20 to 25, cuts up and gets knifed at about the 24-yard line. And let's see who that was up off the bottom. It was Sam Shilcutt, I believe, number 34, who made the tackle. Wouldn't you like to have a leg like Barrett Donnelly's? What talent.
He's got a great future. I know we're going to be hearing some great things from him in college, if not beyond.
Well, of course, I'd love to see him go to Georgia Southern. That's a bit prejudicial, but I would. Just as long as he stays in the state. I don't want to see him kicking for somebody else. First and 10. Reams with the ball. Pitches it out, and it is Lee getting it to 20 to 25. Cuts away a fumble, and that's a blue shirt on that one at the 28-yard line. It is number 58, Jason Walker, who jumped in there and made the recovery. A gain of about 5 yards. It was Benji Christie who crunched Chase Lee, and it was Jason Walker who jumped in there on it. Not bad. Not a bad play at all. Eagles take over first and 10 at the Warriors' 28-yard line with 7 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in the ball game and a 28-7 lead. Collins brings them up. Check it. Joey Cranford is in there at quarterback now. And Andrew Collier in there at a wideout. There's a snap, a handoff. Wilkins cut down as he got to the line of scrimmage. Hit low by number 63, John Griffin. And Wilkins may have gotten a yard out of that before he hit the dirt. Went down very quickly on that, too. Bedingfield brings the play in as Alec Katz comes to the sideline. I get the impression that Coach Rodney Collins thinks this one is pretty well in hand and wants to rest Chad.
Yeah, you want to make sure
snap.
You
Woo!
Oh,
Joey Cranford got our attention with that one on the snap as the ball squirted through his hands. A loss of about a yard on the play.
And what we were alluding to with Chad Collins is that with the next round next week, next game next week, we don't want to take a chance on getting Chad hurt or something out here in the last series when this game is well in hand for Stratford.
6 minutes left now. Russ Howell goes out wide to the left. Big 6'5" sophomore out there. Here's a snap. Cranford pitches it to Wilkins. Needs a block. He gets one, needs two, and he won't get it. But he'll get down to about the 24-yard line before he's finally brought down. Matt Brock got a hand in there along with Grant McCormick. A gain of about 5. And it'll bring up 4th and 5. And now we will see Barrett Donnelly do his thing as a field goal kicker from about 41 yards out is what it looks like. Landry Bedingfield tosses some grass up, let it see which way it's going. From 41 yards out, the snap is good, the placement's good, the kick is off to the side, no good. Missed it to the left is what the officials are saying. So the score stays the same, 28-7 in favor of the Stratford Eagles. And I'll tell you what, we'll take a timeout here ourselves and be back with you right after this 30-second timeout. Warriors ball, 1st and 10 now at their own 20-yard line as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Here's the snap. Reams goes back. Now he rolls to his left. He looks. He's got a lot of people chasing him. He is trying for the sidelines and is knocked out of bounds by Randy Mitchell at about the 19-yard line. A loss of a yard on the play. Tell you what, with our camera work here tonight, he thought that he was going to bring him right into our laps. Good coverage. Loss of a yard, 2nd down and 11. Clock stops with exactly 5 minutes left to go in the ball game. And Brookwood probably hears the fat lady warming up. The aria is being studied. Snap. Reams goes back, looks, rolls to his right. He's got containment out there. He throws one out there complete to Huber, number 82, at about the 29-yard line. About a 10-yard pickup, but it looks like he will be short of a first down. He will by about a yard.
The only problem with that pattern, Dan, if you're going to throw a pattern out there toward the sideline, you want to make sure that you at least get enough for the first down. That time he's a yard short, so it'll bring up 3rd and 1.
Sam Shilcutt comes back into the ball game, and coming out, John Rawls, number 72. He made it. Here's the snap, a handoff, and Chase Lee with the ball has got the first down out to about the 31-yard line. A gain of 2. And it will bring up first down for the Warriors. Want to remind you about our good friends at Pomo's. Pomo's House of Barbecue. Stop by and see Mr. and Mrs. Pope and all of the family and have yourself a good meal. Tell you what, if you've never tasted Pomo's barbecue, you missed one. Sure did. Snap. And Reams goes back, looks right across the middle. He's got a man open, and it's Hicks at about the 49-yard line with the catch. A pickup of 18 yards on the play and another Brookwood first down.
Good-looking throw that time. The route was run right into the seam of that defense. Split that seam there. You had zone coverage, and he threw the ball exactly perfectly where it had to be for the catch.
So another first down, 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line of Brookwood, their side of the field. 4:21 left as Reams goes back. He's got pressure. He is hit, and he drops the ball, and Forrest Horn was there. So it is not intentional grounding, as a lot of the Eagle fans were hoping to hear. Robbie Camp, Sam Shilcutt, Daniel Hathaway out there, Jason Walker. Well, I guess you could take the whole front line because there were 7 guys chasing him. 2nd down and 10. Clock stops at 4:17 to go here in the ball game. 28-7 in favor of the Eagles. Looking very much at this point as if the Eagles will be the team to take on the winner of the Southland Deerfield-Windsor game. 2nd and 10. That wind will wake you up. There's a snap. Quick pitch. Complete to Nunnally at the 45 to 40. The 35, he's hit and brought down on a shirt sleeve tackle by Jason Walker. But it was Sam Nunnally on a quick look in. good for about 15, 16 yards, and another Brookwood first down.
We've seen that play work 2 or 3 times tonight now, just straight up into that little seam right in the middle, just across the line. Good looking play.
This is where they have to throw the pass interception, fumble, touchdown. Reams rolling out. He's got pressure. He lowers one, and it is caught at about the 20-yard line again by number 88, Tate Hicks. And another first down, a good for a 15-yard pickup on the play. And 1st and 10 again, and Brookwood moving downfield on the arm of Josh Reams. Had 4 completions in a row. And all the way down to the Eagle, they mark it just short of the Eagles' 20-yard line. 3:43 left to go in the ball game. Nunnally and Hicks coming out to the left. And Reams comes up under center, takes the snap, handoff inside, and it is Forrest Horn inside the 20 to about the 18, maybe the 17-yard line. They mark it down, give him 3. Give him 4. It's going to be about 2nd and a long 6. However, the clock keeps going, and at this point, of course, I think Brookwood has about guessed that the fat lady's about to get center stage. Here's the snap. Reams rolling out to his left. Looks, fires one out here, and it is out of bounds. Intended for number 82, Huber. Alec Katz was out there covering on the play. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 6. Clock stops once again. 3:01 left to go. Huber just didn't have anywhere to run on that one, Freddie. The further out he went, he was going back towards the city.
They would like to go in and get another score here to make the game appear at least closer than what it is at this 28-7 score.
Reams is not going to pass as he gets buried. Randy Mitchell, one of the guys in there.
Also Morris Butler.
And a big pass rush dumps him back at about the 24-yard line. A loss on the play of 7-8 yards, and it's going to be 4th down. Brookwood wants a timeout. We'll take one right along with them. With 2:46 left to go in tonight's game, and the 2:46 left to go, Margaret just passed me this note. Josh Reams, the quarterback, 8 of 19 on the night for 184 yards. 84 yards. Well, anyway, he's doing good. On 4th down, Reams goes back. He's got pressure again. He's hit. He puts one up for grabs. It is intercepted by Alec Katz at the 3, the 5, the 10, the 15, the 20, the 25, the 30, and out over the 30-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds on the far sidelines. Yes, there is time for celebration. Morris Butler really clobbered Josh Reams just as he let go of the ball, and that thing sailed. A 31-yard return by Alec Katz, and 1st and 10 for the Eagles. And if I said that the Warriors were out in front, I'm sorry. I apologize. The Warriors are probably hoping they would be, but they're not. Well, with 2:28 left to go and the clock moving, we're going to see Joey Cranford in there at quarterback again. Another new number 20, Ryan Denard. There's the snap and a handoff, and it is Denard off the left side, up across the 40-yard line. Out of that tailback position, he got some good running room and took it to about the 42.
And they'll just hang to the ground now with this ball and let the clock just run on down.
They give him 7, 2nd down and 3. I was just wondering if that's Al Denard's son. I'll have to find out. Coming in is Shinya Nakajima, who will come in, number 21. He comes out wide to the right. On 2nd and 3, the snap, Cranford a pitch. Coming out to this side and getting nothing on that one was Denard, as a whole bunch of white shirts got over there very quickly. Brought him down. Let's see where they do mark it. No, they may move the stick a little bit on this one. They do not. It's 3rd down. Clint Marshall, number 88, junior, comes in, and he will go out. There he goes, wide to the left. 1:11 on the clock. on third down. And Jason Walker now goes to fill the slot to the right. Joey Cranford up under center, takes it, fakes it, hands it off. Oh, and Denard this time got banged right at the line of scrimmage and shoved back. Might have even lost a couple of 2 yards on that. I think that was the same play they ran the first time, and that time it didn't work. A loss of 3, 39, loss of 4.
Starbuck Rissman there with the tackle for the Warriors, number 90.
And it is fourth down and about 6 yards to go, but we have got, let's call it 30 seconds right now, and this one's going to be history. Joey Cranford goes back in punt formation. The Warriors are not sending anybody back. They don't believe this. There's the snap. It's a good one. Cranford gets it away. Nice kick. Going to hit at about the 20, the 15, inside the 10, the 5, and they down it at the 3-yard line with 9 seconds left to go. Now, that's a pretty punt.
Things couldn't be going any better for Stratford. That's as pretty a punt as you're going to see.
That's a 58-yard punt, according to what I got
and
here.
Good coverage on the coverage team getting down and downing it on the 3-yard line.
59 yards. They put it on the 2. He moved it back even a little bit more. But there's only 9 seconds left to go, and I doubt seriously. Well, we got a timeout. Okay. Brookwood says it wants a timeout. We won't take one, I promise you. Yes, and now stepping to the microphone with the famous "I have won the game" aria. Who was that? Marguerite Piazza. That's the one I remember from when I was a kid. That was this century, too, incidentally. All right, 9 clicks left on the clock, and that's going to be it. And it doesn't look like, well, they've got to snap it. There's no way they can't. And it's going to be Shane Reberg in there at quarterback to take the snap. He takes it. He juggled it and gets hit and Meta gained a yard. And I think that is going to probably put it. Jim Garland says, that's it, folks. This one is it. That is it. It is history. And the final score of tonight's game is the Stratford Eagles 28, the Brookwood Warriors 7. And we'll be back with a wrap-up right after these messages.